Marcus.
And why did you come to iHelp, Marcus?
Initially, I came to iHelp because it was years ago, because I lost my housing. And then I actually left the program and ended up having to come back because in January of 2020, my business partner decided to take all the tools and the work truck and a lot of money, actually, and kind of just split. So I ended up having to come back.
And what was the biggest challenge of shelter in place?
For shelter in place, the biggest challenge was obviously the time, because we couldn't leave. Well, you could leave, you didn't have the option of coming back, basically. And so just finding ways to spend your time was very challenging. And obviously being away from loved ones and friends and family and things like that was really hard.
What do you feel you learned during COVID?
Right. I think, the biggest thing that going through COVID and being in shelter in place was that you can't put a price on your time. It's kind of the most valuable thing that you have, and so not being able to spend it in the way that you want to is very challenging.
So what are you proudest of doing during shelter in place?
Well, that would definitely be one, just going through the process of doing that. Heartbreaking as it is. I mean, we weren't the only ones going through it, but like I said, not being able to spend your time like you want to and be with your family and things like that is really challenging. But the biggest accomplishment, I think, is just that myself and others were able to work during that process and then save money. I was able to buy a vehicle for the first time in like 5 years, and that kind of just like jump started my whole thing.
So what are your hopes for the future?
Right. Well, my hope is that I'm building a house up in Campbell with my girlfriend, and so my hope is that it gets finished on time, because we've got a timeline we're expecting, and so that's one of my biggest things. And just having a regular life for once would be nice.
Anything else you want to tell us or say?
Well, I would like to say thank you, to the program. It's, all the volunteers, and all the work that they've done through the shelter in place. It's been amazing. They came to us, they continued to feed us, and the demand went up because we were in there all day, every day. And so the meal requirement increased, and everybody was just so helpful, and it was just amazing, honestly, to have that during that time. Because if we didn't have that, there'd be a lot of people that it would be really bad, I feel like. So
Okay, well, thank you, Marcus, for sharing your story.
Thank you.